up, baby?
You know, how you doing?
Oh, I've never been better.
Why? Tell me why.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's just that it's Friday and I get to hang out with my bestie.
Friday.
And we got rid of all the family and we've had a
Not
beer.
like they're fine. They're inside.
Don't worry, this isn't about to be that kind of episode. You know what I mean?
Tell you how.
We're gonna be all over Reddit. And then she murdered her whole family and celebrated with a Corona. No, I'm just so excited because it's Friday and Aaron and I planned this bestie day to hang out because we haven't hung out in fucking forever.
Months.
Like, and by hang out, I mean like get drunk with your face and my face.
Potentially go see live music somewhere.
I'm so excited. But also, it's like 500 degrees, and it's been a very busy day, and I'm kind of tired. So, like, let's just bang out this episode so we can fucking get wasted and go line dancing. I don't know what we're going to do.
We're probably going to do all that. But we might have another beer or two. And
wild stay-at-home mom night in. Woo! You never know.
I'm so excited, though. I'm so excited. It's
Me
our
too.
day of fun. I put it on our calendar at home as day of fun.
That was smart. I was like, I have so much shit to do. I don't know why I agreed to all this stuff. And as each thing happened throughout the week, I was like, I actually forgot that I like living life and this is fun.
Oh, wait.
It's
People
gonna
are
be
cool
okay.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually fun to leave the house.
God damn!
Yeah, so I'm in a great mood.
Me too.
Is that your goddamn that we get to hang out?
Well, yes.
No.
That
No,
and-
something trumped it. Something else trumped it.
You know how it does. No, nothing bad, but we brought the chickens home today. And so
Yes! How could I forget? I was
Yeah.
just there holding them.
you came to pick me up at my house. I say, come on in. We have fresh fucking chickens.
You sure shit did.
Yeah.
2 little baby chicks.
babies.
And one of the baby chicks has little feathers on his feet, on his legs.
He has feathers on
or
his legs.
she, we don't know.
Hopefully they're she's. But we'll
So
see.
we got new chickens for the patch. What are they called?
Coop.
What are
Hen
they?
house?
A gaggle?
Uh,
A gaggle of chickens? A crew of chickens? A cluck of chickens?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it'd be a cluck for sure. I don't know.
So you got 2 new chickens for the cluck.
a flock.
Oh, that would make sense because they are birds.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really impressed by your intelligence.
Thank you. I am always more impressed by your wittiness. I think I'm going to call it a flock from now on. Or not a flock, a cluck.
A cluck. Wittiness, bitch. I steal half of it from you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we have Boots and Sally.
Boots and Sally.
Not to
came home
dox
today.
them or anything.
Oh, man. My little grandchildren's names.
Oh my God. They're adorable. They're only 2 weeks old.
Yeah. They're
And
so
if you
small.
hold them in your hand like this,
like a little, like you're holding a roly-poly or something.
or like a spider that you don't want to let loose,
Yeah.
they fucking fall asleep in your hands
do.
instantly.
They fall asleep so fast.
Oh my God. And then baby girl, your little baby girl, she's just like fucking flipping them around upside down and their heads just wobbling everywhere. And I'm like, I think that one's dead.
Oh my God.
And they're not. They love her.
They're not. It's not. It's asleep. She grabs it, and it's just her sweaty little mitts.
Clammy little fucking-
clammy little hands,
Darla hands.
and it just falls asleep. And she's talking to me, like using her hand with animation, holding the chicken upside down.
yeah, that
and
chicken's
it's
like, blah,
just
blah,
asleep,
blah.
just having a great time. So I hope that my next week's isn't that like, anyway, that one was sick and it's dead.
That one was leaning to the left for a while. It's like the fish swimming in a circle.
Right. But every time it would get like wake up, it would walk around fine.
Oh,
so
you're as happy as can be. I think she's killing it.
I think
Not
I think so,
literally.
too. No, I think she's crushing it at being a mom.
Yeah,
she's doing
there you
great.
go. Yeah. She's going to do just fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Old Sally.
Yeah, as long as we remember to close that door.
What? Take it from me. Close the door. You don't want
it
your
from
dog to kill your chicken. Anyway, do you want to hear my goddamn?
I do. Yeah. What do you?
You know it. It's that ya bitch over here is basically royalty and getting an above ground pool.
You are
And I'm so excited.
white trash royalty right now, and I'm so excited for this adventure. I can't wait for Hot
big
Girl
deal.
Summer.
No big deal. I'm going to float my ass to one corner to the other, and then I'm going to throw the ball back to Aaron.
I'm gonna get one of those rafts that has a fucking cup holder in it.
Yeah, it's going to take up the whole pool.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Okay, so
We can float 2 side by side, no problem.
for sure.
Or
so
at least foot to foot.
I was looking up all the deals, right? And we got 9 by 18 size.
Yeah, that's enormous.
It's going to be enormous for us because we were working with like one of them little fucking inflatable kiddie pools.
Yeah, a little 2 foot.
But there's all these different deals going on right now. We ended up with Home Depot because they have like a couple more days on this like fucking spring sale or whatever. So I saved a couple $100. But anyway, They have all these deals. They're all pretty much the same price, and it's all the same brand, whatever. Look it all up. But they have different offerings. Like, some come with a ladder. Some come with a cover. Some come with 2x2. Like, these big-ass floaties where, like, your feet... It looks like a recliner chair for the fucking water. And they've got coolers and cup holders. It comes with a cooler.
They're like, it only
Super
fits one in here.
Right? No, it comes with 2 and a cooler. And I was like going towards that one at first before the Home Depot sale popped up. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get the free floaties too.
Obviously.
But girl, there's no way they all fit in that pool at once.
Like, you got to put them in a certain way that they, like...
You're just kicking each other and not floating. Like, there's no fucking way.
You're just stable.
Yeah.
Pegged to the side.
And if you want to move, you have to throw it out or, like, swim under it. Like,
yeah.
what?
Careful.
I'm so excited, though.
Oh my
and
God.
the kids, the boys are so excited. But I will say, here's the goddamn part of it all.
Okay.
Is that I pulled the trigger on, like, fucking Tuesday or some shit. Like, all right, you know what? It's on sale. The sale only lasts a couple more days. I'm just going to get it. This is going to be the best fucking deal I get anyway.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to come on Thursday, and it's fucking Friday now, and it still says it's coming yesterday. And then so I had to call the number. It's Home Depot, right? Like, I don't expect delays.
It's not one of those from Amazon where you're like, oh, I'm just never getting this
It's coming from China, yeah. So I called the little number, and I was like, hey, the fuck's up with this? It's about to be hot girl summer. I'm trying to make this shit ready in time for Sunday so, like, I can enjoy Mother's Day floating in my unchlorinated pool.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll throw some tablets in there or something.
We can figure it out. Anyway, that was my whole grand scheme of everything. And I told the fucking kids like a goddamn idiot because they hit me up at the end of the night when I was feeling a little loosey-goosey and all comfy-wumpy. And I was like, hey, guess what? Gonna have a pool. So stoked, right? And I was like, but don't expect it set up right away because I got a lot of work to do before we do that. But it should be here on Thursday. So they're all excited, like wanting to know turn-by-turn updates. And bitch, I ain't got nothing. I'm like, I guess it was supposed to come yesterday. And so I called the people. I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, don't know. It says it was supposed to come yesterday. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm calling you. Yeah.
See how it hasn't?
So she's like, I'm going to set this up with our escalation team. And I'm like, God damn, I need an escalation team.
Yeah. What a great thing to have.
And then she was like, expect information in the form of an email in 24 to 48 hours. And I was like, bitch, it is Friday at 2. Like,
So
I'm
you're
not
gonna
here
hear
shit
anything
till
Tuesday?
Yeah, next week.
Cool.
And then I'm like, I should have just gone to Home Depot and got it because there's one like a fucking block away from me.
Yeah, but they're not going to have it in stock.
You don't think so?
No. That's got to be like an online-only purchase.
Do you think, when do pools come out? I feel like now would be the time that they're out on the floor.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Right? Like, you think I could have just fucking walked over there instead of waiting 1,800 days? And now I've already given them 1,000 of my $1 bills, so I can't just walk away from fucking 10 years of
1,000 of my
CDs.
$1 bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean... But then you would have had to load it into your truck. I'm sure it'll be here soon. Or they'll be like,
Fair.
we got one shipped to the store. Because you could just be like, can I just go pick it up at the store then?
What if they're like, anyway, we oversold because it was such a screaming deal?
This isn't
because
Spirit
you waited.
Airlines, okay? It's Home Depot. It's
You
quality
didn't pay
can
to check your bag?
trust.
So you can't fly with us anymore. Anyway, so that's my exciting. I cannot wait for the summer. The kids are about to have the best time. We're about to have our best time. There's going to be sunburns and margaritas
so
and
excited.
music. And I finally got the backyard like pretty clean to where I'm like, it's comfortable to sit back there. It doesn't smell like dog shits in your face all the time. I mean, it does, but not like it used to, you know? Like not as bad as it was.
But we're keeping it down.
Yeah.
And then with less square footage for them to poop in, it'll be even better. You know what I mean?
Girl, half the yard.
Yeah.
Half the yard to
you
pick
won't
up.
even have to pick up that stuff.
Anyway, do you guys want to hear about my fucking case this week?
Yeah.
Me
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the crowd goes, wow. All right, let me tell you something, too, because your girl over here has been actively trying to be involved in the podcast again on our social media and
You've
everything.
been crushing it.
I've been trying really
Killing
hard, and I could try harder, but life is still very busy. But I'm trying to find the recipe to make it work. But, guys, there have been so many people that are like, can you fucking stop with the Epstein shit and the child porn? Like, well, I'm over it. And I have to say, relatable, because my mental health has gone down the shitter from doing all this shit. So I'm like obsessed and I want to know, but your girl needs a break too. So we're just going to do everybody a favor. We have gotten a few that people are like, every episode needs to be an Epstein episode. And I cling to those with every fiber of my being because the amount of blood, sweat, and tears I put in each episode, which might not sound like that much to you guys, but to me, I'm very impressed by my willpower.
It's a lot.
So I'm excited to share with you that this week is not Epstein related and it is not child porn. Okay, so everybody gets a break, or child assault. I shouldn't be calling it child porn.
Ew.
But it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, to some people. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's hear it.
You guys, this week I'm going to tell you about Warriena Wright.
Say the first name again.
Warriena.
I
didn't look it up if I'm saying it right, but
it's
pretty
like
sure that's how you say it.
Wario to my Mario.
Yeah, but it's
Mario
like
that.
Warriena.
Warriena. I like it.
It is your Wario to your Mario.
Yeah.
Your
you said it right.
Waluigi.
Yeah, the Waluigi. All right. What's her name?
Come again?
One more time, because now I've said Wario too many times.
Warriena.
Okay.
I think she went by Ree.
Oh, cute.
I know.
Okay.
Which reminds me of Tree, of your mom. Anyway, okay, so
And
Warriena
it reminds
Wright.
me of Ree, my aunt.
There you go. I think that's what my brain was doing, and then I was like, maybe it's like Tree, like her mom.
Yeah, they were like very one-syllable names.
Honestly, I get it, Stace. Ren. Air.
I don't know how I have the shortest name with the most syllables.
Why is it so long and short at the same time? Okay, so Warriena Wright. Now,
Yes.
before we get to Warriena, I gotta tell you about some other fool, okay?
Is her last name also spelled with a W?
Yes.
I love that.
I know. Okay, so there's no before times.
Okay.
But our case takes place in Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia.
Ooh, okay.
So our story's going to take place first with a man called Gable Tostee. Okay? So growing up, Gable was described as a shy introvert and a self-described loner with not that many friends.
Okay.
Wow, sounds like a winner, right? Well, by January of 2010, at the age of 23, he had decided enough was enough and he wanted more of a social life.
Oh, good
And
for him.
so he decided that he was going to start making an effort and be more involved in social circles.
Okay. Good for him. How old is he at that time?
23.
Okay.
So all his fucking childhood, I don't know shit. I don't know anything about it. I don't know much about Warriena either, but we're talking about Gable right now. Gable, fucking loser, okay?
Yeah. Until 23. And he's like, I'm going to get it together. And I'm going to...
Until his age of 23, the
Yeah.
year 2010. He's
Yes.
like, you
Yes.
know what? I'm ready for a new me. A new Gable is
All right.
about to enter the scene.
Yeah.
And so he joined a bodybuilding online forum at bodybuilding.com where he conversed under the username of, quote, balcony bruh. All right.
I love all of this for him.
And he mainly participated in this forum section that was called miscellaneous. So, like, you don't have to just talk about, like, fucking deadlifts or
Yeah.
my fucking sick-ass biceps are strong from these curls. I don't
Quads
know.
are killing me right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
be anything.
Whatever you're talking about on that bodybuilding website.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he participated in this miscellaneous section.
Mm-hmm.
At first, he would just like poke around, asking questions about bodybuilding. And for the record, by the time the case does take place in 2014, the guy is a little yoked. Like, not like bodybuilding yoked, but like,
But like
you
he's
know.
the guy that's been going to the gym for a while.
Right. Like, if
Yeah.
you were on the prowl, you'd be like, he's got nice physique. He takes care of himself, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at his
Sound like
decolletage.
old Aunt fucking Stacey over here. He's got a nice physique, you know?
Let me see that derriere.
Do a little turn.
Oh my God, we're going to be so creepy when we're old.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
We're totally not creepy now.
No.
Okay, so balcony bra, right?
Yeah.
He's poking around and he's just like, hey man, need some bodybuilding tips. But soon the conversations in this little forum, they start to turn into discussions about economy or philosophy. Like he started sharing his opinions, right?
Okay.
He maintained a video diary that I guess he would post on the forum. And in it, he documented his attempt at adopting a rhino beetle.
What is that?
Like one of the... Oh, okay.
Is it like the one in Lion King?
Yes, yes. I was just about to say, I'm so happy you asked me this. Because you know when they're like, Hakuna, Matata.
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
And then
I'm
he eats
well
the
aware.
worm, and they're like going across the log, and it's the one with the horn, and it looks like a rhino, but it's a
Yeah.
beetle. And you've seen them. They're terrifying, like in a
Yeah.
museum, and you're like, geez, titty fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That is an aggressive beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Okay.
adopting one, not buying one.
And he was making a video about it, like, guys, I'm about to adopt a beetle. It's a rhino beetle, okay? And he's like, anyway, just going to become more social real quick.
I don't think that's going to help.
I would be his friend so fast, which is the problem, okay?
I guess you'll just attract that social circle, right?
Yeah,
You know?
of everybody who
into
loved beetle. I'm like, this is a scarab. The mummies would put them in
There's
their
a
tombs.
subreddit for it. You know, there's a subreddit for everything.
Exactly. So he was in this specific subreddit for rhino beetles. And I guess his like videos were so popular that it became part of this like online forum lore. Like
Oh,
the man
wow.
with the rhino beetles.
Yeah.
On this forum, he describes a time in his life 5 years prior where he had gotten in trouble with the law for selling fake IDs at school. And it was around then that he really retreated from social groups and started to isolate himself. So he's kind of like painting online this story of why he was such a loser. I'm being a real dick right now.
You are. I can tell you know where this is going.
Actually, you're going to be surprised. I'm just being a dick because I've had a beer and a half.
She's feeling real fucking wily right
And
now.
I don't fucking care. I need to chill it back. All right. So, like, fuck it. What the fuck? What are we doing?
We're so mad right now.
Honestly, I would be your best friend. And I am so mad. But in, like, a funny way. Okay, anyway, so he's like, I was selling fake IDs. I got into a lot of trouble. And because of that, I started isolating myself because I don't want to get in trouble with the law and shit. Like, it's not cool to be cool.
Yeah, okay.
That's what he's
You wouldn't
explaining.
download a car, would you?
Yeah, you get it, right? Okay, so in the online chat discussion, he also had mentioned that as a result of not, of isolating himself, that he had not spoken to many women and he would ask for advice on how to start dating.
Oh, that's nice. Normal, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
He asked for advice on starting a Facebook page and how to grow his friend group. As he started getting into the world, he would come back to the online forum and recap what he had done or said on a date, and he would ask for advice or pickup lines on what to do different, right? So he'd go get himself a date. He fucking made his Facebook page. All the bitches came crawling, right? And he was like,
what do I do now?
Yeah.
Give me a line.
Yeah. And then he would go give him a line, and then he would report back and be like, that was fucking sick as shit. She sucked my dick. I don't know what details he was putting on there. I need to chill it down.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's what he was doing. And it's all still online, I believe, for you to read at your leisure.
Okay. And this was all in 2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a bodybuilding miscellaneous forum. And he's like, anyway, you gotta get this rhino beetle. How do I start this Facebook page? BT dubs. Gonna bone this chick. What should I say?
Advice.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Okay.
And they were like, greater than symbol 3. You know what I'm trying to do.
I do.
Okay.
It's less than.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, man. So as time went on, Gable got more and more confident, and this shy, quiet man turned into an outgoing, self-proclaimed playboy.
Oh, okay.
Because he was fit and he was handsome.
Turned
okay?
it around.
Mhm.
Good for him.
By 2012, he was bragging about sleeping with over 100 women. And that, right?
Who's fucking counting?
Fucking stupid. I know, okay? I agree.
Nerds are counting.
Which is why I was being such an asshole earlier.
All right, that's fair.
But just wait. Okay, so he's bragging about sleeping with over 100 women and that he had become a regular at a popular Queensland bar called Gold Coast Nightclub, where he admittedly was drinking too much.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! Don't know what that's like.
Relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh, we're hiding it.
He acknowledged that his goal was to sleep with as many hot women as possible because whenever he was with a hot chick, it gave him a huge confidence boost.
Mm-hmm. It's good to have goals.
Right. No matter how shallow.
You know?
We don't have to shoot too far.
You know?
He would keep a diary of each of his encounters and often...
That's fucking gross.
Wait, but I think he literally kept like names and a score. Like I didn't write that, but I remember reading like in his diary, he was like rating the experiences, which seems very like what a chick would do. But also, I mean, fair. Like if there's 100 of them, there's no way you're going to remember them all.
How else would you remember them all? Yeah.
Certainly not by their name.
Right.
That would just be egregious.
So back when I first got onto TikTok, there was a girl that was doing that. She had a fucking Rolodex of
I remember
3x5 index cards of all the men that she had slept with, and she was reading them
and like rating them.
Yeah, it was their score and stuff, and that was funny. So if I'm going to say that was funny, I guess
you have to say the same for a man, but we have a double standard where we think
that's so creepy.
You're gross. Yeah,
and gross, and they're like trophies. But I mean, I guess she was doing the same thing.
I know.
But you know.
All right. So anyway, he's keeping track, right?
Yeah.
Now, he would also, during these encounters, record them.
You can't do that.
But, like, I don't know.
Consensually?
No, it doesn't sound like it. I don't know if he was doing, like, a video recording or just sound recordings or what. But from what I understand, I do not think the women were aware.
That's gross.
That's gross.
And
I also
illegal.
think that it was only audio. The part that I know for sure was only audio.
Okay.
like the phone was in his pocket kind of thing. So even if it were video, you're not seeing anything. It's just in your pocket.
That he's wearing his pants?
But this is like his MO, okay? Like, I'm rating chicks and I video my dates.
So he just got real
record
gross.
them.
Like real...
Yeah, like he went from like, oh, I'm so shy and weird and awkward to like, I'm just going to rule the world and fuck as many women as I can and keep a manifesto of their ratings and record it all. He himself admits that he was obsessed with recording everything in his life, which is why he was recording his dates. Mm-hmm. And he talks about
help it that just most of the stuff is sex.
Yeah, like I'm just so hot that I'm just fucking all the time. Right. So that's the majority of my content.
Not my fault.
It's not my fault I'm this hot. It's like fucking Zoolander shit. Okay, so he was like, I'm obsessed with recording everything. He talks about having motion detector cameras installed all around his home. Creepy. And that he had call recording abilities on his phone. So basically, whenever he's using his phone, like it's just always being monitored by himself.
Okay, weird.
Yeah. He admitted that some nights when he would go out, he would leave his phone recording in his pocket so that he could go back and re-listen in case he forgot something that had happened that night.
Who has the time?
This is why I really genuinely think that this guy was just like fucking off his rocker and obsessed with himself. So then he's analyzing everything. And as somebody who has a podcast where shit is recording, I could see how that could happen. Not that I ever want to. I'm fucking horrified and I never want to edit anything or ever see it again, which is why our social media sucks so bad.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody who is obsessed with themselves, I could see why you would want to see, like, let me review everything. And what did I sound like? Where can I get better? How can I get more chicks, right? Like as a training tool almost.
That freaks me out. That mindset is not
Girl,
fine.
This all sounds like fucking like, God, let's see fucking sleeping with the enemy. Let me see your cupboards. Which way are the labels facing?
Psycho. Have like videoed fireworks and never watched it again, you know?
Girl, same. There is a point in your life though where you realize like I never go back and look at this shit and I just need to be present in the moment and not try to record it for anybody who doesn't give a fuck.
Imagine doing that every time you go out.
I'll never forget.
Never.
I think when I learned that lesson, it was after you and I had gone on our road trip where I had a ton of pictures and I was so excited to show my parents, like sit down at the computer because this is when you had to like download it from your digital camera. And they didn't give a fuck. And I was like, that's actually true. Nobody really does want to see your vacation pictures.
You're right. It's not a slideshow.
Not even my fucking parents want to see my vacation videos.
Aw, I want to see them.
Well, yeah, because we were in them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy would like re-listen to his fucking audio recordings from his pockets just going out to the nightclubs.
That's
like,
crazy.
Anytime he went out. And then I'm sure he was going back and analyzing them. Yeah. That's my take. He didn't confirm that that's what he's doing. But what else are you fucking recording them for?
Right.
Yeah.
Your records.
Yeah.
August 9th.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
He's got cassettes or
I
whatever.
bet that motherfucker has a Dropbox somewhere that has a lot of storage.
I forgot. The things are probably online then.
Yeah, it's the 2010s.
Yeah.
He at least had a SoundCloud.
He's paying that $1 a month or whatever for a terabyte.
It's probably $1.99. So by 2013, Gable was pretty well known at the Gold Close nightclub scene, right? Not just that one nightclub, but like kind of the nightclub scene.
Okay.
And he had created an unsavory reputation for himself.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing he came off as arrogant and strange for all of the recordings and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But
watch out for that guy. He's always recording.
Yeah, like it. Honestly, as a chick who used to frequent bars, even as a married woman, there were just certain people that we even nickname as like, you know, oh, that guy's coming. And they know you're fucking married and they still come around. And you're like,
yeah, you just
listen, that's very nice. And I don't want to punch you in your face, but if you don't walk away, I will.
Yeah, but it's so close right now.
I'm going to have to say the shit that I say to her, to you, and that's going to be embarrassing for both of us.
You're going to be sad.
And I'm going to look like an asshole.
You're going to get mad.
So just go away. But also, if you're just cool and normal, it's fine. But like, don't be fucking weird. It sounds kind of like he might have been
he was
fucking
the weird guy.
Yeah.
All right.
People would get upset when they would see him at the nightclubs, and he was actually banned from several of the venues for his behavior. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of how it went, where people were like, fuck that guy in particular. He might be cute, but he's fucking weird as shit.
Yeah, go away from me.
So much so that he got kicked out.
Yeah. Banned,
my friend.
Can't come back.
But that didn't stop Gable from his goal of sleeping with all the women. And so he decided to join the dating app Tinder.
Oh, okay.
He was like, they can't kick me off Tinder.
They can.
They probably can. He probably is at the end of the story. I don't know for sure. We should check. So Gable would go on dates from Tinder, right? And then report back on the miscellaneous chat form, oftentimes posting pictures of the chicks that he hooked up with, along with in-depth details and play-by-plays of their hookup sessions. So real dime piece.
I love that there's just a random fucking website that's not focused on this at all.
Right.
In the miscellaneous section that's getting this guy's updates.
Yeah.
Like, who's going on there? And they're like, fucking Gable posted again.
Dude, I fucking would. If I were like...
Do you think they're stoked on it? Or do you, like, what a niche little community.
Bitch, he had a rhino beetle he was trying to adopt. I'm obsessed.
What a niche little community.
Obsessed. You should see the TikTokers I follow, okay? I'm like, I need to know what happens next. Show me what happens next.
Imagine all those people coming together on a bodybuilding community. Like,
it was the 2010s.
That's weird.
We had a lot less to worry about.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, a lot less to work with.
Yeah, we did. We sure shit did. We were like, hey, listen, I want to hear about Gable's sexcapades. And so he was like, gather henceforth, for I have a story to share with you.
Gather round, my fellow meatheads.
Yeah. You think you're yoked.
Gross.
Pretty gross. He would catch some flack from a random passerby in the forums occasionally that would call him, like, desperate and all that other shit. Like, what the fuck is this? So there were some people calling him out, but there were a lot of other people that were just, like, consuming the content. Like, yeah, let's carry on. Tell me more.
Yeah.
But overall, he felt very comfortable being himself there.
Okay.
In one account, he posted a screenshot of a conversation that he had had with one of his hookups where she accused him of groping her inappropriately. And he was talking shit saying that, like, what kind of chick comes over and goes to a man's bedroom and doesn't expect to get groped or, like, hook up or whatever? So he's a real keeper, right? Like, he's basically blaming her for being sexually assaulted.
Being upset about being sexually assaulted.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Right. Gable's drinking had gotten so out of hand that it wasn't unusual for him to have a visit from the police.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
I guess I don't either. I guess it would just be so fucking wasted in a club. They'd be like, you gotta go. And then the police would show up. Like, he literally was banned. Like, he had a drinking problem.
Yeah, yeah.
At least when he drank, it wasn't good. On one occasion, he refused to pay his tuk-tuk driver.
Oh.
And the police...
Those are so expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that they would be.
Well, I don't know how much they are in Australia, but, like, the ones in downtown and stuff, you take them for, like, 2 streets, and it's, like, $100.
Like the ones where they pedal you?
Yeah, like in the little car.
Girl, I'm a chick. I ain't never paid for one of those.
Like,
you know how many times I've been like, I want to ride on that, and then I rode on them with people who are not my husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to know why you never ride on them with people who are your husband?
Because like, that's just $100.
Like, it's $150 to go fucking 2 blocks. And they're like, nah.
I'm like, they got music.
Who paid for them?
Why are we in Seaport Village? Okay, so on one occasion,
he refused to pay him. He was like, no, it's not worth it. You just took me 2 blocks and you want $150.
Yeah, well, the police had to get involved.
Wow. All right.
So he refused to pay his tuk-tuk driver. The police get involved. I don't know if he ever paid or whatever, but clearly, homie's got a history.
Yeah, a little combative.
Yes. On July 27th, 2014, he sent the police on a high-speed chase across Queensland/New South Wales border after a music festival. And he was, like, drinking heavily, and then he decided to drive. And the police were like, hey, man, you can't be doing that. And he was like, fuck you, and like drove away. Okay. So he sent him on a high-speed chase. He was eventually stopped and apprehended, but he was found to be 4 times over the legal drinking and driving limit when he was fucking pulled over. Yeah. So he gets in trouble for that later, but before we get to that, 4 days after this high-speed chase with the cops, Gable matched on Tinder with a 26-year-old woman whose profile name was Cletus. And no, I'm not kidding. Her name was Cletus. And her real name...
her screen name? Okay.
Yeah, her real name was Warriena Wright.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Gable was 30 at the time that he matched with Warriena/Cletus.
Okay.
Now, Warriena...
She sounds fun.
Yeah.
Just because of the name.
Oh, girl, we would have been friends. In her text thread, she was like, some people think that's my real name. And he's like, it's not? And she's like, no.
Like who? Me?
Yeah, exactly. Warriena, she was from New Zealand, and she happened to be visiting Australia when she matched with Gable.
Okay.
So she happened to be in his homeland. He reached out to her and he said, quote, "You look delicious. I want to do dirty things to you." And she played along, and the pair swapped phone numbers, agreeing to meet up in person on August 7th, which was just days before Warriena was planning to return back home. Okay? So she's like, "I'm only going to be here a few more days." And he was like, "Let's hang out." Now, Warriena, she was a petite gal who was the daughter of a church deacon, and she loved animals.
Okay.
Gable was this towering mountain of a man who was obsessed with himself, like I said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the pair really didn't have much in common, and they were sort of an odd pair from the outside.
But they're just looking to bang.
They're just looking to bang. However,
Mm-hmm.
they agreed to meet at a place called the Avalon Apartments around 8:45 p.m.
Okay. It's so late.
Now, what's really weird is, like, most of the articles I read were, like, the Avalon Apartments weren't explained as the Avalon Apartments and that they just met up to hang out for drinks or whatever. And I was like, how did they get there? Like, how did they get into a room? Like, is this a common area? I was so confused. But then one article said that it was Gable's apartment, but most of them said it wasn't his apartment, but it also was an apartment.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Confusing.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it was Gable's apartment, but who fucking knows? It was somebody's apartment.
So potentially it's like a bar lobby? Like
That's
a
what
lobby?
I thought, but then I went and looked at all the pictures. It for sure was an apartment. It was somebody's apartment.
That's weird.
So I'm going to guess it's Gable's, but also Gable must have fucking stacks of cash because it was a nice-ass apartment. Like a high-rise building. Like in fucking the nightclub scene. Gold Coast is like a nice area. You know, like beachy, whatever.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, I
guess.
suppose this dick. Anyway. So they're going to meet at the Avalon Apartments at 8:45 p.m. Now, the apartment that they meet up at was on the 14th floor.
Okay.
So it's up really high. It has a really beautiful view. Super impressive. Fancy apartments, right?
Yeah.
Now, one of my theories was like, what if this apartment is like a rent by day kind of thing? But in the pictures, it also looked like somebody lived there. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's Gable's still sticking with that. But they hang out in the apartment. They spend the night drinking, listening to music, taking selfies. They eventually have sex. Scandalous.
Mm-hmm. He rates it 9 out of 10.
Well, remember that Gable likes to record from his pocket. So that means that the whole date was caught on audio on his phone.
Okay.
In the audio, you can hear the couple talking and joking as the night goes on. Their conversation turned kind of nonsensical as the drink started hitting. And at one point, Gable casually makes a comment that falling off the 14th floor balcony would definitely kill somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mean to be weird right now, but you know what just popped in my head?
Yeah. Fun fact.
As a drunk chick in some random Tinder date's apartment, I'd be like,
go.
yeah,
I have to
anyway,
leave
I'm going to go back to
immediately.
the first floor.
Yeah.
As the recording went on, you can hear Warriena get progressively more drunk, and she became unpredictable and aggressive. In the audio, you can hear Gable say that he probably shouldn't have given her so much to drink and that he just wanted to have fun and he wasn't looking to get, like, beat up. Like, he made some comment like, I don't like getting beaten up, so I'm guessing that she was kind of getting rough with him. Now, in hindsight, when I wrote this, I hadn't listened to the audio. I listened to the audio. Sounds like some scuffling, but you are only hearing audio, so who knows? But, like, you hear him being like, what, ow, stop, you know? Like, so I think she was kind of like that kind of drunk where you're like, fuck
Smacking
you.
people.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't like that because remember, he's got an ego.
Yeah.
So later, it would be discovered that Warriena had a blood alcohol content of 0.156. So that's like 5 to 8 drinks for a petite woman,
Okay.
right? Somewhere around there. So she was feeling great. And in the audio, you can hear them pouring alcohol. So I'm guessing it's hard alcohol. So trashed. Girl's trashed, all right?
Mm-hmm.
She sounds trashed. As a fellow trash girl, she sounds trashed.
Mm-hmm.
By 2:11 a.m., the recording had gotten way more intense, and it captured Warriena throwing ornamental rocks, which these rocks just look like the white rocks in a lawn. Like, you know when you get, like, fucking lawn care? Like, you want lawn care?
Like the quartz rocks?
Yes, and those little white sharded rocks that they
Yeah.
put in the plastic baggie that they throw in your driveway to be
Yeah.
like, and here's my fucking card.
Here's a sample of quartz we could put down.
Right. And I think he had, like, a plate of those on a coffee table or something.
Okay.
And Warriena had grabbed those rocks and chucked them at him. So
Okay.
Gable can be heard saying, this is fucking bullshit. You're lucky I haven't chucked you off my balcony, you goddamn psycho little bitch. So he's not being nice back. Remember, he has a drinking problem, gets kicked out of clubs, right?
Yeah, he's also aggressive.
And he's being
Uh-oh.
very aggressive back. Then, 6 minutes later, Gable tells Warriena that he's going to let her leave, but then you hear a scuffle ensue. Like, he's like, you gotta go. It's time to leave. You hear a scuffle ensue. Now, Gable later claims that Warriena grabbed a telescope that was in the room and was attempting to strike Gable with it as, like, a defensive tool.
Mm-hmm.
The audio records a choking-like sound after that. And then you hear Warriena screaming, no, a lot, and frantically, followed by a dozen of screams that were ear-piercing screeches that got progressively louder and more desperate. Gable starts shouting at her, asking why she would try to attack him, and that this is all on recording. Like, he's admitting, like, why would you fucking do this? This is on recording, you know? Like, you stupid idiot.
He's saying that?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's just he's planning his defense actively.
Girl, all
as
I
he's
was
throwing her off the
thinking was,
balcony?
like, if I knew I was recording, I would be saying this shit.
Yeah,
like, I
of
would
course.
be staging it, like, don't hit me.
No, stop it. What are you doing?
Yeah, so...
That's where my brain immediately went. And he
That's where
already
mine went,
threatened
too.
to throw her off the balcony, so I'm guessing.
So, you hear the sound of the balcony door opening, and you can hear Warriena desperately begging Gable to let her go home. Gable replies very angrily, I would, but you've been a bad girl.
Fuck you.
And then he shuts the door, and you can hear, like, the sliding glass door, right? So he's in the apartment, she's on the balcony with the door shut. Allegedly. Then Warriena attempted to escape Gable by lowering herself down off the balcony into the apartment balcony below her.
No, she didn't.
As she attempted to lower
My
herself...
hands are sweaty thinking about this.
As she attempted to lower herself, she lost her holding and she fell 14 stories to her death.
No, she didn't.
The neighbor below the couple on the 13th floor said she heard a woman screaming, no, 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 right? And when she looked out her balcony, she saw her feet dangling before watching her drop to her death. And Warriena hit her balcony on the way down and hit several other balconies, okay? Obviously, Warriena died of extensive head injuries. The medical examiner said that her body was so mangled after the fall that she was unable to identify, like, how tall she had been.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They had to pull the alcohol blood sample from her eye fluid because the only remaining blood in her body was in her chest cavity and contaminated by everything else.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Girl. I don't know much about falling. But the one thing I do know was from Rotten.com when it was like a picture of the lady who jumped off like the Empire State Building or something and landed on the top of a limousine and she just looks like she's resting. And then everything I read after that was like, she was soup when they pulled her off. And I was
literally
like,
liquefied. Yeah.
can't do that, right? Horrifying.
Oh my God.
So Warriena suffered a total of 80 separate injuries on her body. She was essentially folded into herself. Her head had bent over into her torso, and parts of her jeans were found in her skull fractures.
Jesus Christ.
So the impact was mighty, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I guess.
She was 5'3", 125 pounds when she died, just for some perspective. So, like us.
Yeah,
Being
literally.
fucking tossed off a balcony. Gable was on the other side of the glass, witnessed it all, according to him, right? Witnessed all of this, and then he grabs his phone, and instead of calling 000 and alerting the fucking authorities, he immediately called his lawyer, who didn't answer, because it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't answer. And so...
Also, you got a lawyer on standby?
Girl, of course he's fucking molesting and raping people out here. I'm sure he's got a goddamn lawyer on standby.
I guess.
I guess there were no claims of rape that I read. It was all like, sexual assault, which is rape, but okay. So Gable can then be seen on CCTV footage sneaking out the back of the apartment as emergency services are pulling up to find Warriena's remains. Now, I want to give you a spoiler alert. You can all listen to the audio and all of the shit is on there. Like, allegedly, I didn't listen to this part, but allegedly you can hear the sirens coming up of, like, them finding her, like, faintly in the background or whatever while he's trying to make his great escape. And this was
Recording it?
It's still going. You can hear his phone ringing as he's calling his lawyer. And then, like, the message machine pick up. And then he hangs up. And then you just hear whoosh, 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 of, like, him walking. Like, it's fucking eerie and weird. All right? And he's not even, like, if this happened to me, I'd be like, no. Doesn't say shit. Like, as she falls over.
That's fucking crazy.
Doesn't say shit. He doesn't go outside to look over. He doesn't do anything. He just immediately calls his lawyer, okay? And then when that doesn't work, he goes for a fucking stroll around the goddamn plaza. So eventually...
And he never called 000 or whatever.
Never. Like, somebody else did. Somebody else was like, there's a body here that just fell out of the fucking sky. So Gable eventually goes to a local pizza shop, and he orders a slice of pizza, and he eats it, and then he eventually calls his dad. Again, his phone is still recording all of this. The recording's like 3 hours long.
That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. He explains to his dad that he is in a bit of a pickle, and he talks about how he had invited Warriena over and that he was giving her his alcohol and at one point tackled her to the ground in the apartment, but that he swears he didn't push her off the balcony and that he suspects that she got so drunk that she just slipped off and fell off on her own, right? Or she jumped or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, I did listen to this part of the video or audio. And Gable sounds a little shook, but he's only concerned about himself. He's like, Dad, I fucked up. Like, I hooked up with this chick. We had sex. Everything was going fine. I think she got too drunk. She got aggressive and she fell off the balcony. I would never push her. I would never do that. I did tackle her at one point, but that shit wasn't me and I'm in a lot of trouble. Now, his dad sounds like the worst person you can call in a situation, not to be judgy or anything, because I can't imagine what I would be fucking spry and sprung and ready to go at
3 in the morning.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to judge that hard, but
Call
he
from
also...
your kid. Hey, I might have accidentally murdered someone, allegedly.
But his dad doesn't ask any incriminating things, which also I feel like somebody's got a history of knowing what the fuck to do on a phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't say, and they never say, all Gable says is like, I would never do anything. But his dad never says like, did you shove her or anything like that? He just keeps saying like, I'm innocent, I would never. And his dad's like, yeah. Where you at? I'll come to you. And so they keep talking. And then Gable's like, are you coming? And he's like, I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, he sounds like if
flustered. He just woke up.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, what the fuck do? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then Gable the whole time's like, yeah, come to me, but where are you going to go? There's cops fucking crawling everywhere. Like, where are you going to pick me up? Where can I be? And he's just like, where are you? And he's like, I'm at the fucking Domino's or wherever he's at, the pizza place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, very not like the right vibe for what is happening.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
This is like, I'm saving you from a crime and we're running away, not like...
But, like, his dad doesn't know what to do. Like, is that the right thing to do? Should we? But his dad isn't like, did you call the cops? Call the cops.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And I guess the place is but he's not like, why don't you go talk to them and explain this all the way?
Right. They're going to know it was your apartment.
Which I guess I don't know that I would be like, go talk to them. I'd be like, wait. But then I would definitely make you go talk to the cops. Like, if you're innocent and everything,
I mean, I'd
obviously call the lawyer.
Know exactly where you are, and I'd probably come get you. But I would make you talk to the cops.
Yeah, like explain that it's your apartment and what you witnessed. Yeah. And let's go from there, because it's more shady that you fucking ran away and it's all being recorded on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You are providing all of the evidence to this.
That's insane. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck happens with Gable. I guess his dad comes and picks him up. But the following afternoon, news of Warriena's death was all over the media. And there was suspicion over this being a possible homicide. Right? Like, they're like, I think somebody threw her off the fucking balcony.
Yeah.
Gable, with the advice of his lawyer, who eventually called him fucking back, turned himself into the authorities later that day, wearing the same clothes that he was wearing the night that she died. Like, he didn't even change or anything. He was like, fucking still drunk. Let me just sober up and then we'll figure this all out.
He's been out and about.
That actually probably is pretty smart to get sober before you go turn yourself in.
I mean, not a bad idea.
Say some stupid shit. So Gable maintained his right to remain silent, but he agreed to complete forensic testing and such. So he was cooperating, but also was like, you need to talk to my lawyer. As the investigation continued, Gable was free to go, and he obviously jumped back into his miscellaneous form to talk to all of his buddies to clear his name up, because at this point, people on the forum had connected the dots and knew that he was tied to the woman falling off the balcony.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I can't let my reputation go scorned.
Listen, that wasn't even my fault.
I didn't do that.
Oh my God.
So he decided his best option would be just to clear this whole thing up, even though his lawyer was like, you need to shut your fucking mouth and don't put anything on the goddamn internet. Like, what are you talking about? So Gable
You
claimed,
need to stop.
you need to get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Now, Gable had claimed that he absolutely had nothing to do with Warriena falling to her death, and that he was actually pretty messed up from witnessing it all. So he's just a victim, right? And he's devastated.
Yeah. But I mean, also, if you killed someone, you'd still be pretty messed up witnessing that.
Sure, yeah. Detectives continued analyzing the audio from Gable's pocket from that night, because they eventually got a hold of the audio and they're like, let me just listen.
This is super convenient. Thank you for recording everything for us.
And they had determined that Gable had gotten progressively more and more angry and was aggressive towards Warriena, that she was clearly in fear for her life. So they said that she had no other choice other than to attempt the risky maneuver to try to escape via the balcony which was ultimately unsuccessful, right?
Okay.
So they're saying, okay, Gable, that's fine. Listening to the audio, it doesn't sound like you shove her off the balcony because you can clearly hear the door shut and hear her on the other side. And so they're like, she probably was so afraid for her life that like her captor finally let her out of the house. So the best way is down. Like, let me just dangle down and get to this next balcony, which there is a history of that. Like, people do that.
Yeah, I guess. And you're also drunk enough to be brave enough to try it.
Yeah, 14 floors. I'll land. I'll stick
like
the landing.
Goddamn cat.
All fours.
What is that, one life? I don't even need that
Give me a piece of butter bread.
Yeah.
Anyway, so within days, Gable was arrested and charged with her murder because you made an unsafe environment where you might not have shoved her, but it's at least manslaughter.
Sure.
He made bail by November 18th, 2014, but he was banned from being allowed to meet women on dating apps like Tinder. So they were like, all right, you can pay your bail and get out, you fucking rich-ass kid, but you're not allowed to go on dating apps because that shit was pretty fishy back there until we know what's going on here,
But you can still troll the fucking bars?
You control the fucking bars if they'll let you, and you control your fucking bodybuilding, goddamn miscellaneous forum, whatever you want, babe. The world is yours. Just try not to kill anybody. Gable's ban did not apply to other social media things like Facebook or that miscellaneous forum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he immediately went on the forum again to proclaim his innocence in a 2,000-word post he made where he acknowledged that his lawyers were going to kill him for doing this, but that he felt that he was suffering abuse at the hands of the law. So he was like, I'm being framed, okay?
Just another white man being taken down by the system.
Honestly. He claimed that while he was arrested, he had been attacked by a fellow inmate. He wrote that he suffered daily from headaches, anxiety, and insomnia from all of this. As he waited for his murder trial to start, all of his prior drinking/driving instances, like the whole high-speed chase he had done, fucking after that whatever bullshit 4 days prior to meeting up with Warriena, that still hadn't caught up to him. Like, he got in trouble for it, but hadn't been in like real, like, now you're going to jail for doing that shit, or like you owe a fine. Well, that finally happened back in July, like from that instance back in July, and he was sentenced to 10 months in jail for that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So now he's in jail for 10 months, and Gable's murder trial wasn't until October 2016. So he goes to jail and gets out, right? Because that was in 2014, end of 2014. Yeah. So now it's the end of 2016, and his murder trial is happening. And on opening day, he pleaded not guilty to the murder of Warriena, obviously. Mm-hmm. The audio was played for the court and the jurors, and the prosecution argued that Warriena was in fear for her life and had no other choice other than to try to escape. Gable's defense argued that he had just left her on the balcony and wasn't chasing her with a knife or anything, so she chose to lower herself on the balcony, and it wasn't a decision that was like made for her, but she could choose to do it, or she could stay safely on the balcony. So they were like, he wasn't chasing her.
But like, you're still being held hostage at this person's apartment.
Right. Now,
So she could have chosen to kill herself, or to make this move to escape, or to stay in her captors.
To be murdered.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's not a choice.
Right. So the basis of the whole trial was that the jury had to determine if Warriena could reasonably see her death as the result of Gable's future actions based on what she had already witnessed from him, right? So to your point of like, I'm afraid of him. He might not be chasing me, but I'm scared of what he's capable of doing based off of what I've already seen him do. And so I am in fear of my life. Yeah. So that's the whole thing the jury has to figure out. Did she experience that through all these audio things, right? Okay. So the jury had to unanimously agree on the verdict for murder charges to stand. So if they don't unanimously agree, he's free. They have to all agree, right?
That is really hard.
Girl, so hard. They only deliberated for 6 hours before they agreed that they could not come up with a unanimous decision. They were like, we're not gonna fucking do this. The judge forced them to go back and deliberate until they all did agree. They were like, yeah. Guess what? You're the jury, and it's your duty. So go back in there until you all agree on either yes murder or no murder. So go back. So the jury went back and deliberated for 3 days, and they returned with a unanimous verdict. But before they could read it, it was discovered that one of the jurors had been using Instagram throughout the whole trial, which was restricted because they were sequestered, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this girl's Instagram, she was posting pictures of like her coffee cup and confirming like to her 2,000 plus followers that she was a juror on the Gable and Warriena case because it was all over the media, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, juror number 13 or whatever her fucking number was.
Is that what she was putting on her coffee cup?
I don't know.
Juror number 13.
I saw one of the posts and it literally was just like a picture of a cup like you would do if you're like, anyway, I got my Starbies. There's nothing else in the background, just like a white background or whatever. And I think it said something in there like, getting ready for jury duty, blah, 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 whatever. It was just a very...
bland.
You
post.
shouldn't do that, though, if you're not supposed to post anything on social media. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So she did do that. So once this became public knowledge, Gable's team filed for a mistrial. Right? Like, the jury isn't listening to your instructions, judge. This has to be a mistrial. Well, the judge denied a mistrial, stating that while it's unfortunate the juror posted on the Instagram, she shared nothing that would compromise the case itself, and all she really did was confirm that she was a juror. So the judge was like, we're not going to fuck this whole thing up.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with it. And they have a verdict.
Make a decision.
Yeah. Exactly. So the jury had no idea at all that this was going on, by the way. Like, they had the verdict, and then it was like, hey, red bells, oh no, shit's happening. And they all fucking deliberated really quick, and the jury's like, can't wait to tell the verdict. And then they all decide, like, okay, yeah, this is going to stick. And then the jury comes in, and they read the verdict.
Okay.
They came in and deemed Gable not guilty of the murder of Warriena. Yeah.
Wow.
Not guilty, okay?
That's so hard, though.
Warriena's family were obviously devastated.
Yeah.
At the news, and they were struggling to come to terms with her death. Obviously, like, what the fuck? This is insane. Warriena had a younger sister named Mareza, who says that Warriena, who went by Ree, right? I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she was a beautiful, cheerful, intelligent woman who was not only her sister, but her best friend. All right? So that's kind of, that's how I ended. I'm sorry for her anyway. That's how I ended with the family. Like, they're heartbroken, whatever. Sounds like Warriena was awesome. They get fucked, okay?
Yeah.
Back to Gable real quick. Oddly enough, his username, that balcony bruh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. What the fuck?
That was created before this instance. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he bragged about fucking girls on balconies all the time. That's why his username was that.
That's gross.
That's fucking foul. Okay? Also on his balcony, he had a sun tanning bed. This bitch was rich, all right?
God damn.
Okay. During the trial, the audio of Gable's phone was leaked to the public and published on YouTube. Like I said, you can go back and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, and this is not a popular opinion by myself either, okay? I listened to the audio, or at least main portions of it. I didn't listen to all 3 hours. They both sounded pretty drunk. Her, way more so. Like, she sounded like white girl wasted, right?
Yeah.
We've all fucking been there.
Well, he appeared to be an alcoholic who could
probably drink a lot more than her. He sounded drunk too, but he sounded like he was aware what was happening, right? She sounded fucking smashed. When you're like, hey man, eat this sandwich.
And you're like, fucking wire sandwich.
I was staring at fucking love. I mean, she wasn't that bad. You could actually hear what she's saying, but she's just like, fuck yeah, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
A lazy tongue.
Right. So they both sounded drunk. He offered to let her leave several times, and he was offering her food and like talking about going to bed. So like she was kind of being aggressive, like drunk girl aggressive, and he was like, what are you doing, girl? Like, chill. Like, do you want some food? I got spring rolls, whatever. And she just kept being like, I don't really eat, but like not finishing her sentence. And then he kept being like, he offered it like 2 or 3 times, like, do you want food? I have food. And then he was like, I'm gonna go to bed soon, like trying to get her out kind of thing. And like, do you want to go to sleep? Like, what do you want to do? And then you would hear a scuffle happen, which according to him is her throwing the rocks or whatever. But like, it wasn't clear to me from listening why she was angry at him. So like, I don't know if he fucking assaulted her and was holding her captive before all of this.
Right.
I just heard the little parts where like, she would be pouring herself more to drink and he would be like, I don't know if we should drink anymore. Like, I don't think I should have served you so much to drink. But he also sounded drunk, like he was having a good time. It wasn't like he was like, whoa, I think you should slow down. He wasn't like that responsible, but he was just kind of like, dang,
like,
you know,
oh,
like,
goddamn,
I don't think I should have done this. Yeah. And then the part where she grabs the telescope, allegedly, and there's like a scuffle before she ends up on the balcony.
This motherfucker has a tanning bed and a telescope.
Girl, I'm telling you, he's like Sims rich, all right? It's like the highest level of the Sims. He probably read all the books.
This 1-bedroom apartment.
On the 14th motherfucking floor. Okay, and he's 20. Well, he's 30? Like, what?
That's funny.
How are we doing that? And the fact that he called his dad right away, I'm like, you fucking got daddy's money. Anyway, because I don't remember what he did for work. I didn't write it down. But in the scuffle with the telescope thing, right? Like she like throws the rocks or whatever, and he gets mad then because I'm assuming
You're ruining my decor.
Right. And like I'm guessing from this is all my opinion, but like the guy has an ego, right? And then now this little petite woman is like kind of kicking the shit out of him, and he can't fight her back. Like he can't fight her back.
Like that's rude.
Yeah, but then he's starting to be like, all right, you gotta go.
Yeah,
like I'm done
though.
You gotta go now. And she wasn't leaving, and it doesn't sound like he was like, come on, girl, like get your shit, whatever. They get into a scuffle after that telescope thing, and you can't hear it's a telescope. You don't know what it is. But he's like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think you were just going to hit me with that and I was just going to fall to the floor like the movies? Like, nah, that ain't what going to happen. Like that's when I hear the aggression starting from him anyway.
Yeah.
And then you hear a lot of scuffling, and I'm assuming that's when he tackled her to the ground. Like he claimed to his dad, like I tackled her to the ground.
Yeah.
Girl, you hear breathing, and it sounds like he's choking her.
Oh, God.
It sounds like she's gurgling or whatever. And he's like, okay, here's what's going to happen is I'm going to let you up, and you're going to calmly walk out of my room. You're not grabbing any of your shit. You're leaving just as you are, and you're getting the fuck out, okay?
Well, no, that's rude, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is rude. I'd be like, nah, I'm getting my fucking purse, whatever. But she's also wasted. Like, wasted.
Well, that makes it even more like, nah, I'm going to get my shit.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds like that's kind of how she was. Like, it'd be like me and you drunk, combative.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little fucking shit because I like to be a little shit.
Yeah.
That's how I show my fucking love. But you got to be around the right people, especially if you're drinking.
Yeah.
Because then you become oil and water. And I've been around those people, and I have excused myself because I know an aggressive man when I see one.
Yeah.
You know? And she couldn't. For whatever reason, she couldn't. So anyway, he says, like, I'm going to let you up and you're going to leave. Who the fuck knows what happens? Because the girl doesn't get up and the girl doesn't leave. And then shortly after that is when you hear the balcony door open and her going like, no. It's fucking awful. Like, I don't know what's happening when she's saying no and all that stuff. Who fucking knows what's happening? But eventually you hear the sliding glass door open and shut. You can hear her like muffled saying no or something. I don't even remember what it is. And then you hear nothing. And then the next thing you hear is him calling his lawyer. But he's not like, no, or oh shit, or nothing like that. It's just silence.
And not like
you don't hear him open
the door again.
No. Isn't that weird? So I will say it's an unpopular opinion by me, but like based off of what I hear, if I were a juror also, I'm not sure I would feel that one, I definitely don't think he pushed her off. I could be wrong, though, because you're just listening to an audio, and you're telling me it's in his pocket. It sounds like it's in his pocket, but what the fuck do I know, right? If I got to use circumstantial evidence, I'm going to go with it's in his pocket, and he never entered the balcony there. But on the other hand, when you listen to everything, it's like, okay, well, this is clearly a wasted chick. But if he also is wasted, that doesn't make him responsible for her then, you know?
Yeah.
And she is aggressive, but she's like drunk girl aggressive. Like, that's also not that far-fetched.
And she's 5'3", and you're this big old dude. Just push her out of your apartment instead of onto the balcony.
Like, there were so many other options.
Like, just into the hallway.
It was
and then toss her purse out, too.
At bare minimum, you're so right. At bare minimum, it was just neglect or at least, like negligent, right? Like, just fucking go away. Like, he wasn't trying to help or be the bigger person.
No.
He was just like, do your thing, man. Why aren't you doing the thing I want you to do? That's so weird. And then when she didn't, he fucking tackled her and choked her. I'm guessing because this sounded like choke. She was like breathing. It was gross. It was icky. Anyway, so I don't know how I feel about it. Like, this guy got off. He didn't get murder charges.
I hate him as a person. And I obviously hate the circumstance, and that's awful for her and her whole family, but you're kind of right. I don't know how to, I don't know if I could blame him for murder.
Right. At the very least, he's a little bitch.
Yeah, at the very least.
I mean, like I said, even when he does talk to his dad, the fact that all he cared about was the fact, like, that he was going to get in trouble.
Well, he seems like that guy anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't like, oh my God, Dad, like somebody died. This is awful. I never wanted this to happen. I'm really fucked up. Like he claims.
Yeah.
He was just like, Dad, I'm in shit. Like, I'm going to be fucking roasted for this. I didn't do any of that. She was crazy. And to be fair, listening to that audio, if I were drunk with her as her best friend, I'd be like, bitch is cray. But she's okay. Like,
yeah,
she ain't gonna, like you said, she's fucking 5'3", 125 pounds, and you're this big yoked out dude.
Push her into the hallway. If you could push her onto the balcony, you could have pushed her into the hallway.
There were better options.
Yeah.
At the very least. But does that mean he needs
a hallway in this apartment building?
I'm sure. But does that mean he should serve jail time? Like,
just being a dick doesn't necessarily mean that you get jail time.
And I don't know whatever
But
happens to
also,
this man. This man is still walking around this world, probably on dating apps. What's up, Gable Tostee?
What's the, like, lesser version of it where it's like you're not necessarily culpable for her murder, but you
like
held a person
assault
hostage.
with a deadly weapon or something?
Kidnapping. Or whatever.
Right, like kidnapping
holding a person
charges.
hostage.
I know,
She was
I guess they
held
never-
against her will in this apartment.
Right.
Does that have a time that you could serve for it? Like, charge him with that.
I know, but I wonder if, like, because they didn't come with that, they thought it was like a shut and closed case. Because honestly, I'm being 100%
This is
honest.
not a shut or closed case.
It's not even
it
a
was
case.
open and now it's closed.
Yeah, it's like an accident. I don't know. When I was writing the whole episode, I was like, this motherfucker for sure pushed her, like you were saying too.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the audio and I was like, oh no, you can really easily be skewed based off of just what you read. Like,
Ugh.
I don't want to admit it. And what do I know? It's just the audio. You really don't know what's happening. You have to rely on people around you. But like, if I were to guess, you're both wasted. He's a bit of a playboy douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
She's recognizing that. And she's fucking over it
Yeah.
and ready to leave. But she's too smashed. And then he's being a fucking dick and she's giving it to him back. And then it gets to the point where she chucks something at him, like, shut the fuck up. And then he like tackles her to the ground. Like, it escalated.
Yeah,
right?
it escalated. And they're both drunk, so obviously bad
So is that
decisions are
self-defense
made.
for him, though? To, like, be able to tackle her because she's throwing stuff at him?
Sure, to be able to tackle her, but there's still no excuse to put her onto the balcony
Or, like, choke her?
or choke her.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty negligent. Like, literally, that's all I keep going back to. Like, but is he responsible for her? I don't. It's so weird, man.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. See, I would come for something lesser. Like, it's not murder, sure, but it's
Something. Like,
It's
you should be in
kidnapping.
trouble. You shouldn't be
It's-
allowed to ever talk to a chick again.
Yeah.
Like, you should be scorned for life.
you should be put on a list.
You should be embarrassed.
Like, are you a sex offender?
Because she didn't jump. And in fact, there was like a recreation of her dangling of what the like neighbor saw or whatever. And I'm guessing to dangle like that sounds like you're trying to get your footing, you know, like
Yeah.
to hang there for a second.
Yeah, but you're 5'3", so
Yeah.
you can't hang on to the top of a balcony and reach the top of the next one.
And you better believe my ass would be the girl that'd be like, I could get down there. Maybe not from
Right.
14 stories, but maybe if I had an obscene amount of alcohol.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that so sad?
That's really fucking sad.
I hope she just wasn't aware the whole time, you know, like from the fall. Maybe
Right.
that first bonk did it, you know?
Oh, God.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are welcome for that case.
Thanks.
If you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to it, you might be able to see it on our social media.
Eventually.
We're on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Our handle is @ISGD Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to email us, you can do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91197.
9. By the way, we have a package coming just so that you know.
we do.
I read it in our email, and I owe some people some answers in an email. We also have a promo that I didn't download.
Son of a bitch.
Buy me a drink, but we'll put it on the next one.
All right.
Deal?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I can set that all up. Anyway, guys, we love you so much, and thank you for coming with us on this drunken adventure.
Bye.
It's hot.
It's real hot.
How did it get so hot? Is this summer?